meditation helps us to be aware and to take distance from feelings, thoughts, and things that are happening. If you can take distance, then you do not get influenced by it, because you have a distance and there's more clarity of the mind. So if you face difficulties in life, then you can actually take a distance or learn how to take a distance and just observe without being influenced by that. So we often say when a person, for example, says something unpleasant to you, then we think it's the person's fault, right? If we get irritated by it. But actually, if you train your mind and just observe it rather than judging it, then it doesn't influence you that much as acting on it and getting irritated, you see? So the real disturbance comes from the mind. It doesn't come from the person. Because if you train your mind well, then you can still, even if a person says something unpleasant, you can still deal with that much better, right? So with the awareness meditation we did first, helps us to be able to take distance, from thoughts and issues, And concentration meditation helps us to direct our mind in a direction we want to direct it. But it doesn't really transform them, So for that purpose, we need an analytical meditation, right? That helps us to put a kind of process to it to transform disturbing emotions. So how do we do that? We do that by being honest to yourself, first of all, to analyze from a neutral perspective, if there's a disturbing thought or a disturbing emotion, or it can be applied with addictions or bad habits as well, that you analyze from a honest, just to be clear about it, what did it do to me? If you get irritated with a particular issue or situation or person, and then, what did it do to your mind? And how did you react? And how was that reaction beneficial or maybe not beneficial? It's very simple, basic human intelligence. So better don't get angry, okay? That's the final advice. But to do that, to say don't get angry, is easier than actually transforming your mind, right? That takes time, but possible. So with analytical meditation, we're capable of transforming this whole process. Because when you get angry, that's exactly what your mind does. This person is bad because of this, because of that. Or I don't like this situation because of this, because of that. Our mind uses an analytical approach to come to the conclusion and then say it's like this. Sometimes the analytical approach is not correct, right? So we try to use that potential of the mind to analyze, to actually, in a very constructive way, and to transform it. So that's what we call the analytical meditation. So how do we do that? You go back to an event that you got irritated with, a person or a situation or a project, whatsoever, what is for you quite a clear example, and then you analyze what happened. Don't get irritated, that's because then you're meditating on anger, right? We don't like to meditate on anger. We like to meditate on patience, right? So you analyze what happened to you at that time. How did you react? What was your state of mind? Were you happy, unhappy? Was there clarity? Did you say something wrong? Was it constructive or not constructive? Did you worry about it later on or not? So that's one aspect. You look at the faults of anger, so to say, and then you look at the benefits of the antidote of have your mind of patience. Because if keep your mind calm and you do not get irritated, then there's more clarity in the mind, and you can also still make the right decisions, and you can still be firm with the person, right? So practicing patience doesn't mean to be an overcooked vegetable in a corner, somewhere in the corner, being extremely passive and a kind of, or a doormat or something like that. No. Mind of patience can be very courageous and very direct and addressing things that have to be addressed. But inside, complete control. Yeah? Because if you make yourself believe, I mean, based on logical reasoning, that it's better to have a mind of patience rather than getting irritated or anger in an analytical meditation, then you reach a conclusion, you said, yes, that's true. And then throughout your daily life, you know, when irritation comes up, you remember what you contemplated in the morning and you can transform the whole situation, right? Yeah. So this is not that's going to happen after you finish this course, but it's next week. But you know, it's only happening after a few months or sometimes few years of training, right? Yeah. But it's possible to do that.